In the heart of global finance, behind glossy skyscrapers and polished boardrooms, lies a story of ambition, greed, and recklessness. Dark Towers by David Enrich isn't just a financial exposé. It's a real-life thriller about how one of the world's most powerful banks, Deutsche Bank, lost its soul chasing profit at any cost. This book takes us inside the secretive corridors of high finance and unveils how a prestigious German bank became entangled with shady deals, Russian oligarchs, and the world's most controversial figures, including Donald Trump. Once a symbol of financial integrity and German reliability, Deutsche Bank made a bold bet to become a Wall Street giant. But that ambition came at a price. In a desperate bid to compete with the big American banks, Deutsche began cutting corners, taking bigger risks, cozying up with criminals, and turning a blind eye to ethical red flags. It wasn't just bad decisions, it was a cultural shift. Greed replaced caution, and integrity? That became optional. One of the most gripping parts of Dark Towers is the bank's decades-long, tangled relationship with Donald Trump. When nearly every major U.S. bank had blacklisted Trump for defaulting on loans and refusing to pay debts, Deutsche Bank kept lending to him, again and again. Why? Because Trump needed the money, and Deutsche needed the prestige. It was a toxic partnership built on vanity, risk, and illusion. And as Enrich reveals, it would leave behind a trail of unpaid bills, lawsuits, and unanswered questions. But Trump was just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Enrich dives deep into the bank's ties to money laundering for Russian oligarchs, rigging interest rates, and financing risky ventures that bordered on the criminal. Executives looked the other way while compliance officers were sidelined. And as the scandals piled up, so did the losses. Billions of dollars vanished, reputations were ruined, and careers destroyed. Through meticulous reporting and insider interviews, Enrich tells the story through the lens of people inside the storm. One of the most haunting figures is Valentin Broeksmit, a musician-turned-investigator whose obsession with uncovering the bank's secrets eventually consumed his life. His tragic journey adds a deeply human layer to the story, one that reminds us that behind the headlines and spreadsheets are real lives and devastating consequences. Ultimately, Dark Towers is a cautionary tale for our time. It reveals how unchecked ambition, weak oversight, and the cult of personality can corrupt even the most powerful institutions. It's about what happens when ethics are sacrificed on the altar of profit, and when those in power are willing to look the other way, until it's too late.